Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 809. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Mike D. What's up, Mike?
Hello, shit.
What's up, Scott?
Greetings and salutations.
Okay, so we were talking about Westworld off air, and I know Connor was supposed to come in because he really wanted to do this cast tonight about Westworld, but he's probably fell asleep.
God.
So here's the thing. I did watch it, like it, which is a bad sign because that's not good. So it reminded me of Groundhog Day.
Oh, no.
Like constantly. And they keep reliving their lives over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And they have the robots that are in there that are interacting with the people that pay to be in that thing, but they don't know they're robots. And then it's like, Anthony Hopkins is in there. And I'm like shocked that he's, actually in a TV series. Well, even though it's HBO. But they're doing 5 years of this. So I'm like watching this and I'm like, no, they got to change it every episode because it can't be like this. I don't know why, but like you see that this is supposed to be in the future where there's no diseases, no nothing, and they have all these people that pay to go into the simulation, and all these robots they having issues with upgrades, so they keep trying to fix them, and there's something going on in there that somebody is not working. Or reprogramming them or something, and then, not to give it away, but the robot kind of like yells at like Anthony Hopkins, like just basically like you don't even know what you're in for type of crap. So it was like, what the hell is that? And then I got this weird twisted feeling that I was trying to remember the original movie, right? Could you help me with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you explain compared to what I've seen on HBO? I know you didn't see it yet. I don't think the series, but explain the movie so we can compare notes a little bit. Because I don't even know if I saw that movie.
Yeah, Westworld was based on. It actually was written by Michael Crichton. I believe it was directed by Crichton, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, directed by Crichton and written by him. And I'm kind of cheating off some notes here, but I do know the movie. It's one of my top 20 favorite movies ever made. James Brolin and Richard Benjamin, the two actors, play these two guys. They go to take this vacation at this Westworld, like this huge facility that's got Roman World, it's got like Westworld, and it's got there's another one that they've got, but there's like three
or four of them.
Yeah, and there's like a cog in the machine. Something goes wrong, and what they do is they have like simulated people, but are robots. They look realistic. You can interact with them. Blah blah blah. They kind of insinuate like to what degree you can actually interact with the robots. Like for example, they go to the Westworld and they engage with prostitutes. So it's kind of left to your imagination just how far they can interact with these simulated people, but something goes wrong, the cog in the machine, and it's kind of like the Jurassic Park story, where like things go wrong and people start getting killed by the robots there. And Yul Brynner, the famous iconic actor, shout out Yul, he plays the gunslinger is his character, and he's this guy dressed in black who is a robot, and he starts hunting down the two guys. And they're trying to get out of town.
Well, we got that. We got somebody in there that's starting to shoot everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
And chaos, havoc ensues, whatever. And this character is like he becomes like the Terminator, like Schwarzenegger's Terminator, and he just starts coming after these people. And they start going through each of the worlds. It's like in a dome. Each of the worlds has its own dome that are connected by.
Right.
It's like a Disney World, like times 10.
Right.
In size.
Right.
So it's not like they're all like in rooms adjoining each other. I mean, it's like just this huge like compound laid out over vast acreage like Disney World would be, but it's like 10 times the size. And I mean, like it's big enough that in Westworld, they have a whole desert just in Westworld that like would take like days to traverse by horseback. So it's pretty large. It's a fantastically awesome classic sci-fi movie. I mean, one of the best.
Yes, and
like Planet of the Apes.
Month before,
Right.
Yeah, it's like Planet of the Apes or one of those where it's like an all-time classic. You know,
So ultimately, the guy that's doing the mayhem in there, he's a robot or he's really a creator? Like, what is he? Like,
no, he's a robot. He's like
like he says, there's something that goes afoul with his programming. And the way the guns were set up is that they would not shoot people. It was something about like form-based things. But something goes funky where the Yul Brynner's character pretty much, like Mike says, hunts people down,
right,
and is just belittling and badgering.
and he's vicious. He just like comes after him. Like that's why I equated it to Terminator, because they actually earlier on, before it's clear that there's a problem going on, they're blowing him away and like shooting him out like a top story window of like a bar, and he just keeps coming back. And there's a very like poignant scene in the movie where they realize that there's a real problem, because they kind of take it as a joke, because in the group, like one of the guys is kind of like the guy with the bravado, and then the other guy is kind of the more shy and meek sort of type. And
Van Patten. It had Dick Van Patten in it too.
Yeah, and they get into like a little bit of a quandary, because they realize that like Scott said, the guns they're set to kill. They're not like just firing blanks. They've been switched over or whatever to where they're starting to just mow people down. He's just shooting people left and right, and civilians, that is, that are visiting this park. And if you think about it, I said Disney World earlier, Disneyland. Take your pick. It's like if you're familiar with the Presidents of the United States ride, where they have like the animatronic Abe Lincoln and Washington, and
the Carousel of Progress or something like that.
Yeah, they're talking to you and blah blah blah. It's like if they came alive and they just start putting your ass down. It's a great movie. I mean, it's really cool.
So how does it end? The guy dies, the robot.
Well, we're gonna give it up. We're gonna give it away.
Well, you have to, because I have to basically.
Well, what
figure out where they're going here with this?
Okay, the two guys, Richard Benjamin and James Brolin, they basically Brolin ends up getting shot and killed by the Yul Brynner, the gunslinger guy, and that's when they realize that holy crap, this is going to be a big problem. So the gunslinger goes after Richard Benjamin's character. So through like most of the movie. Well, I'd say not most of it, but like the last third of the movie is just him being pursued by the gunslinger through these different domes, the different worlds. And I haven't seen the film probably in about 3 years, but from what I recall, I know that by the end of it, I know Richard Benjamin's character is still alive.
Yeah, he is.
And he destroys, or they shut down.
He uses fire pretty much to mask his, because he damages the gunslinger's optic sensors just right to where he cannot really make out or distinguish things. So he was hiding behind when they were inside the Roman world. He was using the torches on the.
See, now I don't think they're going to do that in the series. Now they plan on having the series 5 years, which is crazy. Meaning that, I guess, I don't know how many episodes are in the season, but I'm getting the impression from seeing the first episode when Anthony Hopkins is like talking and he's like, I'm the creator of all this, and look how far we've become, that we're at our end. We can't get any better than this. We could cure any disease. We could basically just about come back from the dead with our technology and everything. So there's really nothing else, right? I'm getting the impression that the people that are running the simulation for the people that are paying are also a simulation. That the only person that's real is Anthony Hopkins, and that everybody is a robot.
The way they set up in the movie, almost, it was as though there was like a computer virus that struck, and that was what was causing all the robots and the programming just to go totally afoul.
they're going in weird directions, and the way what exactly I think there's going to be more to it for it to survive 5 years. They have to get more deep and ridiculous.
Well, there is a sequel to Westworld called Future World, where they introduce like a little bit more of a conspiratorial element into what's going on, like in the corporate side of things, and.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think that they're all a simulation. I think that that there's somebody else controlling them, and Anthony Hopkins is the only one really that's knows about it.
I haven't seen this, but and I like Anthony Hopkins, but to me this just seems like a needless, another regurgitated, vomited out, stupid remake. I mean, it's like if they took like Jaws and said, "Oh, let's do a remake of Jaws, and let's make it like Jaws is a simulated conspiracy thing that they put out there." I mean, it's like why invent like retarded concepts for things, and you already have like a perfectly great film standing on its own. Why remake it? Show the damn movie again in the theater. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to top it.
See, now I know that the original plan was for I guess a year or two.
Yeah.
But now they delayed it because it was supposed to come out early in the summer, so that way they could write it up to make it 5-year thing. And I really don't know. I don't. They made it like Groundhog Day. It kept being repeating, repetitive. It didn't catch my interest.
Well, the whole thing, it sounds like they're not even doing the film itself, Westworld. They're just kind of taking like a concept of it and just kind of focusing on something completely the other direction. But
I mean, they focus on this girl robot, right? Her with the music and her waking up. And it's sunny, and she's talking to her dad. "Hi, Dad, how you doing?" And then she goes off to the thing, and then she bumps into Cyclops. The actor that plays Cyclops is the I guess a big part. Yeah,
James Marsden.
Yeah. And in the first time that they're happy, they're together, and then that main robot guy kills him. And then they repeat it again, but this time they have other people that are in Westworld, and he don't get to be with the girl because it plays out differently, and they keep repeating the same thing. It's like that. It's like that freaking that show that they had on ABC years ago. It was like Groundhog Day, where the guy kept waking up, and every time everybody started reliving their life, but then started remembering. Just like a Star Trek Next Generation episode with the time loop thing. Or Doctor Who.
Are you thinking of Awake? Or am I thinking...
What? No, the thing is that the robots are starting to remember that they're repeating the same shit over and over again.
Mandela effect for robots.
And they're starting to have like a shit ulterior other programming where they yell at Anthony Hopkins like, we're going to get you. You don't even know, like so many words, you don't even know what you're in for. And they freak everybody out up there, and they just scrap that robot and they give her another father. But they had somebody have a picture of this lady in Times Square or something like that and freaked out the robots or something or whatever. So it just, to me, it's just, if they keep repeating it like that every time, it's going to be boring. But then they showed another clip where the robot wakes up being repaired in the thing, and they're like, "What the hell am I doing here?" And blah blah blah. And go. So I don't know. I mean, I really think I have to watch more episodes before I can enjoy it. Like a Luke Cage thing, right? I didn't enjoy the first episode. The last 3 minutes was good, but then the second episode I watched it and I really liked it. And then the third episode I'm starting it now. So, we'll have to wait and see. I guess. Maybe, Connor loves it from what he said, so,
Loves Luke Cage?
No, I'm talking about Westworld.
Oh, loves that? Well, he probably hasn't seen the original movie. I mean, it's, no slighting intended really on the younger set, but it's kind of like people that have never seen Jaws or Terminator, and they go and remake the movie, and they're like, "Oh wow," because like they're not familiar with that sort of concept playing out because they never saw the original. And it's like, go see the damn original movie. It's a lot better. I would bet anything that the original is just miles better than whatever.
Yeah. I gotta watch
shit
it. I have to remember because I don't.
There's one scene I also remember when they're running from the gunslinger, which they start realizing something was wrong, is that there was a rattlesnake that bit Brolin's character, and it's like, what's going on here? And then the guns also, they just seem to be malfunctioning where they keep firing at the snake, and they wouldn't be hitting their target.
Well, the snake was a robot.
Yeah, but
so
even starting to malfunction too.
Yeah, it's a brilliant movie. I don't understand. I mean, it's like
something that happens. There's something that happens in this when you watch episode 1. You're gonna be like, "What the f?" They have rock music, but slow down to like make it like a Western soundtrack to it.
Oh.
And I actually got really pissed off. And I was talking to Sharon. I'm like, this is bull crap. They stole this song. Like, and I was trying to figure out where, when you know the song in your head and you can't think of who plays it. It was Rolling Stones, Painted Black. And they freaking just made it like a Western weird shit.
Oh.
And then some other song they put in there.
Like they haven't worn that song out in movies and
I
TV
know.
shows and stuff. Come
No,
on.
but they made it like part of the soundtrack of Westworld.
Yeah, I know, but they do that with a lot of movies. But I'm saying they use that. I mean, I could name probably 10 movies off the top of my head that they use Painted Black in. Stir of Echoes is the first thing off the top of my head that they used it in. But I mean, it's like it's like if they decided to remake Star Wars and go, well, let's do something creative and let's make it about how the stormtroopers are facing Union problems while working on the Death Star. It's like it's not the same fucking thing, you know?
Right. Well, I would suggest you see it first.
I'll watch it, but I mean, I reserve judgment, but I'm usually 100% right.
Okay, so explain what your feelings are on Westworld.
I haven't seen the original film, so I'm going into this sort of blinded by what it is. I was told by someone that I'm good friends with that it's very different from the film. It's not exactly the same, which I like about remakes, because if it's exactly the same, what's the point, you know?
Well, why don't they just make a different movie then? Why call it Westworld? It's like, we're going to make a movie called Jaws, but make it about a killer whale, not a killer
what they
shark.
did with Psycho is when Vince Vaughn remade Psycho, he did it literally shot.
That was shit. Except for the other scene, but that was crap. But
no, he did it like literally shot for shot.
But for the episode, I was like pleasantly surprised by it. It was probably the best premiere of an American TV show I've seen since Game of Thrones, without doubt.
Well, is Game of Thrones an American?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was British or something. I've never seen it.
No, it's American.
Okay. Seems like everyone on the show is like from the UK, so I figured it was
everyone's a UK actor, but it's an American production.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never seen the thing, so fuck Game of Thrones. I'm just kidding. I haven't seen it. I've heard that it's great.
But the episode itself, you know, it was great. You know, you had someone who me and Mike are well aware of that is a great actor, Jeffrey Wright, who is Felix Leiter in James Bond at the moment.
The newest Felix Leiter.
Yeah, the newest Felix Leiter. He was great in it, actually. He was my favourite, I thought.
Who was he in this?
He's sort of like the repairman of the androids. He's the one that upgrades them and checks them. And when they're malfunctioning, he's the one that goes out and assesses the situation. Because...
What?
So go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I was just thinking, why don't we all watch Westworld tonight, the movie, and we can actually do a review?
I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I can't watch a movie.
Well, I meant like in the next day or two or whatever. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I could watch it. Yeah.
Because I'm getting excited about watching and talking about it again now. So I'm like, I want to see this now.
You gotta watch the series, though.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I know because I have it in my watch list among like about 30 other things. I forgot it was on there.
I think
Right.
the only thing about this particular episode that I was disappointed about was that Anthony Hopkins wasn't in it an awful lot. But maybe they're saving him for later episodes because he's sort of the central character of it all. But overall, I thought it was a great cast of people. You know,
Connor, is there like 10 episodes, or is it more than 10 episodes?
it's 10 episodes. It's exactly like
Game of Thrones. Okay.
And
Like I said, I'm not sure if I like it yet. I probably have to go to episode 2. Just like Luke Cage, I have to get into it a little more.
did you watch the preview trailer of episode 2 and the weeks ahead?
Yes. It looked more interesting.
They look more interesting than
Yes.
the first episode, I
Yes.
think. But
Is this HBO or Showtime or something?
HBO.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But
Yeah,
I thought it was for a premiere. It was bloody brilliant. I thought.
All right. Well, it's going to be like a 5-year thing, supposedly.
Well, I guess to get the gist of it, is this similar as far as like it's some sort of vacation place and they're like constructing these robots for that purpose, or is it like a laboratory thing or what?
Park. It's like the original film. It's a theme park where it's got hosts and guests, and the hosts are the androids, and the guests are the ones that are visiting.
The civilians.
Yeah, the civilians, the one that are visiting the theme park.
So is it like segregated into specific worlds like the original, or is it
Just
no,
as
in
Westworld.
the
They
first
just show.
episode alone, it was just the Wild West. Sort
Yeah,
of.
that's all they have. They might do that in season 3, I guess, or whatever. I mean, they got to do something for 5 years, whatever they're going to do. 50 episodes.
that sounds like they're going to have to stretch that out a bit unless they come up with some. It sounds like they're trying to go a little existentialist, like they did with Battlestar Galactica when they brought that back and made it like you had like the Cylons and they were like becoming sentient and
Yeah.
they were, I'm kind of getting that vibe from what you're talking about. With
But
those.
like I was telling Connie, what you missed, I was telling Mike D, I got the impression that the people that were running the theme park were also robots.
I think the woman that was smoking the cigar on the roof of that building is an android.
Right.
There was
I got the impression they all are, but Anthony Hopkins, and he's the only one left. And he's just, everybody is.
I think Anthony Hopkins' character is human, but the rest are probably androids.
Everybody.
Actually,
The whole
one
friggin'
character
world.
I did like is I liked that guy that went on the rant about, he said fucking an awful lot, didn't he? And then he went on the rooftop and apologised to the woman for the scene that I've just mentioned. He was quite an interesting character.
Is that Aston character? Is that his name? You said he says "fecking" a lot.
He did say fucking a lot in that particular rant, but
Okay.
he was sort of trying to expose the greed of the company that make the androids at one
Right.
point.
I
They
think
need to
they're all
build-
robots.
They need to build a wall to keep the robots out.
It's actually quite hard to explain, so you'll probably just have to watch it.
You got to watch the episode, and we got to watch the movie,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to rewatch
basically.
that movie.
That's all. Within the next couple of
Last
days.
month or the month before, and I loved it.
And it's very stylized the way it's shot.
Mhm.
It's very modern in the way that the cinematography rolls out when you're watching the movie. It's not like very dated. Like you watch it and it seems like it could be made pretty much any time. You look very dour this evening.
What?
You look very dour. Like you look like not happy.
Well, I'm not sure if I like the episode or not yet. I'm trying to. I think I might want to watch it again. And I think, I want to watch the movie so I should reserve judgment rather than. But I do think there's something going on with that whole thing. That it's all simulation, and but again, it's like I'm thinking about like how originally it was supposed to be like a year or two, and now they got this broad scheme that it's 5 years, so they delayed the whole damn thing to now because it was supposed to be aired early in the summer. So I'm like kind of getting worried about, is this going to suffer like all these series suffer? They try to make it like a franchise thing for like 5 years. That's not necessary. You know, I kind of wonder, you know, is it going to be worse off than it was originally intended because they're dragging the shit out of it? So that's what I'm a little concerned with. That on the fly, they expanded it 3 years and they might mess it up. So we'll see.
This is an everything show, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to tell you, I saw Kevin Smith's Geeking Out show, and
Right.
they had on there the Walking Dead people, some of them.
God
And
damn.
they talked to Greg Nicotero, and I thought it was interesting that they were asking him about what's this season opener going to be like, and he was like, "Oh my God! By the end of it, you're just going to be like torn down.
Oh,
it's going to be."
stuff.
I didn't know if you saw that. I wanted to make you aware of that
Shut
particular
up.
interview.
It's like the same thing every year. Get the tissue box.
Yep.
You got it ready? Because Matrix Lord's got it ready.
Uh,
Matrix Lord's got it ready because everybody's going to start crying when the ratings go down. Because they're sick of eeny, meeny,
Oh, God.
miny, every friggin' 5 minutes. Every time there's a commercial, that
You can
friggin'
take-
thing is on.
You can take a bat.
Everywhere.
Take a bat to my TV. Forget Glenn's head.
Everywhere. Every time. It doesn't even have to be AMC channel. It's all over the place. Even when I'm trying to watch a YouTube video, the damn thing is on. Like, I'm like, holy crap.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, what? Really? They promoted this more than, like, Star Wars The Force Awakens. Like, this is the most promoted thing in history.
They had it.
It's like, come on.
They had it playing in the theater last time I went to.
Oh God! I'm glad they didn't
It
do
probably
it.
is, though. It probably is.
No, I went to see what was it? Hold Your Breath or whatever that, and they had the thing at the beginning before the movie starts, where they have the people blah blah blah. They come out and blather off, and they show you previews of things. And they
Yeah,
had
first look.
Yeah, that it was one of those
Fucking
sort of
first
things.
look of Walking Dead.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, I've never seen this
I
before.
need that shit. Just like they put the 2 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead together because they want to have a fucking 1 week of, oh, how did the journey begin? Where we're at. See the whole history of like 7 years or 6 years of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And like, no,
And
I
if that's
really don't
not-
need to.
And if
Because I've
that's not
seen it.
enough, they're going to be on Talking Dead. You get to hear all those
And
stories.
oh my God, they have chairs in the dirt where the dead are in a cemetery. Wow, that's respectful.
That sounds tacky, really. That's a good point. Yeah, that is tacky.
That's very respectful that the people you're sitting on are dead. Like, that's a little bit ridiculous. Like,
Maybe they'll crawl out of the grave and eat them or
like,
something.
listen, we want to set this up, so could you undig the bodies and move them over there for now, and then you put them back in because we have Andrew Lincoln sitting over there and stuff.
Well, which one? Well, which one do you want us to dig up first? So I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny. God.
You know what's going to happen? You're going to get one fan that loses it because of that, and they're going to get dressed up like Negan for Halloween with a bat, and they're going to start beating the shit out of everybody. 13 came out, some schmuck dressed up in a Halloween. You know, the hockey mask started killing people. I think there was 2 people, and they got taken out. That's exactly what's going to fucking happen. You think the clown problems? People are freaking out that there's clowns all over the fucking place out there.
Oh yeah, I heard that today.
I love that shit.
Guess what?
The fucking clowns.
Guess what? Fucking people are going to be dressed up like Negans and they're going to get their ass knocked out. That's what's going to happen.
Clowns on the loose, man. That's great.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm walking and somebody says, hey, I'm gonna punch somebody right in the face because you don't know. There could be sick people out there dressed up like Negan. That's it. Pop in the face.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have a baseball bat going. Come up to the house and go, eeny, meeny.
Let me tell you something. This world, there's more nut jobs than ever before. The fact that there's a whole army of
Thanks,
people
Obama.
This whole army of people dressed like clowns. Like the cops are like, what the fuck now?
Well, it could be really
Clown,
fucked up.
all clowns matter
Clowns.
all of a sudden. That's
They're running-
shit.
They're like running around with puppets, like attacking people and shit. That's gonna be the next
No, but
wave.
the thing is that what if they're doing a prank and then a cop shoots them? Then they're gonna all clowns matter. So there's gonna shit over there.
One of the other two YouTubers said it's like,
Hey, come here, bozo. Show me your hands.
No, but Staten Island had that problem though. You don't know that.
With clowns.
Yes, it was.
so how many politicians were running around?
Every year there's one guy, but now this one guy has became 18 guys. It's ridiculous now. So, kind of fucking world we live in. You got when you go to the movies, you got like everybody's trained. Like, all right, that exit. What's this guy look like? This guy got a bag? Because seriously, you don't know.
I'd like.
Just like
I want to see one of those like insane like monster clowns go over and show up at Tommy's house, see what he does.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Next time I see a clown, I'm gonna do a freaking moving with Matrix Lord segment like I usually do. I'm gonna capture that shit. Wow.
Yeah, go shit. I won't play.
We will. I would say we know one clown, but they're back on the air with us.
Oh shit! All right. Don't mention no names.
That's why I didn't. That's why I left the out.
Stop it.
That's a
Freaking
protection.
clowns.
That's a good idea, man. Dress up as a fucking crazy wacko clown for Halloween.
Well, I was not gonna dress up like a clown. I was gonna dress up like a Ghostbuster this Halloween.
Ooh,
Why not?
Clown. There you go.
Well, fucking come on. The proton pack. Like, where the Ghostbusters. That's not like, that would be great. Wouldn't anybody want to see me dressed up like a Ghostbuster for Halloween? I think the whole audience would.
I don't know. I was thinking about dressing up in an ape outfit.
Oh, shit.
I go to his lovely gun.
Do you know that that's Black? Do you know that that's the Black Panther's main villain? Some type of ape guy against the Black Panther?
What?
Well, we've got perfect.
Yeah,
casting,
that's Black Panther and his villain. Stop it with the list. Stop it, Connor.
I didn't hear what he said.
Stop. He said something that was not appropriate.
Oh, okay.
About Leslie Jones.
Damn. Oh, the new Ghostbusters film? Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Listen, stop it with the Leslie Jones.
Let's all go trick-or-treating together.
But speaking about Leslie Jones, Ghostbusters surprised me on Sunday because we got some nice box office numbers.
Joe, do you give out lasagna on Halloween night?
The Matrix Lord is busy finishing his novel, so he's not making lasagna for the next couple of weeks. But that may be a Christmas surprise. We don't know.
I want to go trick-or-treating to Jimmy Savile's house.
He's got some sweet candy there. He's got those big Tootsie Rolls.
What is it? The villain, well, the guy in Doctor Who, he has a big G on his chest, like G-Man or something?
Yeah, it's called G-Man.
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 we got
you can't
Yes Man and G-Man. No.
G-Man. Oh, G-Man. Maybe they'll send Luke Cage over there to beat his ass or something.
Wow.
That sounds so lame. G-Man?
We were just talking about how it was lame, and then Doctor Who does that too now. Thanks.
We'll have Michael Myers show up on Doctor Who next or something.
I will say that.
So anyway,
Get out, Doctor. That movie was called. I saw it was good, and
what movie?
The Ms.
Paragon's
Wayward Children.
Pellegrini.
Yeah.
Peculiar Children.
The one. It's that one with that
Eva Green.
That horror Eva Green's in it.
It's great.
Yeah.
God.
She's a doll in this movie.
Not
Almost
like,
like a period piece.
Not like she wasn't a Dame to Kill for Sin City, man. That shit was all hanging out in that.
Come on.
God. A dame to wank for is more like it.
Stop it.
God damn. Fucking talk about popping a rod.
Now. Anyway, where's Louie? Louie wanted to be part of this too.
Imagine what connotations that could come into play.
Yeah, and when I say popping a rod, I don't mean Westworld style.
All right, now.
And not shooting blanks either, I take it?
Don't stop. Listen, we got to watch out for those YouTube heroes now. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
They flag everyone.
Oh, yeah,
That's
wow.
a new thing now.
Keyboard
That's
tough
a new
guys.
Well, I've already nominated a new YouTube hero, and it's the new director of the Real Hoodlums cast.
There is no director.
You
There's
talking
no
about
director or producer. There's no director, producer, or anything to the Real Hoodlums or any podcast
Shit.
at the moment. So stop now. But anyway,
I thought I was
that's enough of the drama.
I thought I was the key gaffer, or whatever it is. Isn't that what his name is? The key grip or whatever.
What?
The key grip on a film. You know, you got a director, you got the producer, you got like the key grip.
There's
the
none of
mic
that.
guy.
It's 100%. It's 100% Matrix Lord. Unchained.
Yeah.
So it's
Unless-
like
Unbound.
this character, the key grip.
That's it.
Unless the
So there you
director,
go. All right. On that note,
director sets your ass straight.
listen to me.
Ciao.
So, all right. On that note, take care. Bye.